Something me and Mark definitely noticed when I pulled just like I said, I randomly picked these and we started looking at them. Notice people are starting to get a lot better at doing their own flyers. Much better. One of the biggest problems we used to have when people did their own flyers is they would put 20 pieces of clip art on one flyer, and it was woo. It was very distracting. You notice a lot of people keeping it a lot cleaner, a lot more. Keep it simple. If you don't have big elaborate artwork to use, keep it simple. That's going to save you. The Region 4 one there, that's a pretty darn good flyer. I could read everything on it very easily. Did you do that one? Good job. That's pretty good. Now, I am going to show you a little trick, though.
Which flyer is Region 4?
I am putting the screen again.
Good trick.
Hey, we're doing something. Okay. The first obvious difference between my flyers and the ones you guys make yourselves, artwork. Most of you are going to be doing your flyers on Windows computers, and they don't come standard with design software. You can get it, but it's pretty expensive. So you're going to have a little trouble with getting real elaborate artwork. So we need to come up with something else you can do to really make things jump out. What I did was I gave myself a time limit. I gave myself 10 minutes for each flyer, and I was going to redo each flyer in Word, because most of you are doing it in Word or Excel. Publisher. I've never used Publisher, so I have no idea. I had to use everything you used. I was not allowed to add any of my own artwork, and I had to use standard fonts that would be found on most computers. And well, basically, all I did, and on some of these I didn't have to change hardly anything. I just simply used black, white, and shades of gray as colors. That's a big thing you can do to make your flyers stand out. Because if you think about putting flyers up on a board at a grocery store or wherever, where 20 other people have their flyer up, that's one thing you can do to make yours stand out against the rest of theirs. Another thing is just making a headline. Something needs to be big and bold to grab their attention, whether it be the artwork or a headline. And spacing, that's really all I did to those. But it did make them look different.
I just wanted to remind everybody that obviously the flyers are a first impression, and if you want to encourage people to attend your events, you want that flyer to look professional, or the event is not going to give the person a favorable impression of the event. If you're sitting next to a handmade flyer with handwritten copy on it, and one that's got really big pictures, nice, clean, and neat, and easy to read, those two are side by side on a bulletin board at a truck stop someplace. Which one do you think people are going to think is a better event if they're both on the same day? The one that looks like they got it together is the one they're going to want to attend. So try to make sure that we want to present a good image for the organization. Just keep it neat, clean, easy to read. Always good, just one big large picture, not too many pictures to draw their attention, get them to read it first. But that first impression is really important, so always keep that in mind.
Yeah, something to think about. There is a lot more competition with motorcycle events now. Everybody's doing a motorcycle event. 15, 20 years ago, there wasn't near as much competition. But now you can go to any bar and there's a stack of motorcycle flyers. And how are you going to choose which one you're going to go to? And me and Chuck were talking about that last night. Price is obviously going to be a big thing. A lot of the events are getting more expensive, and with the economy, that's going to have some impact. So first thing people are probably going to look at is going to be price. So what else are they going to use to decide which event they're going to go to?
T-shirt contest.
Okay, naked chicks might help you out a little bit. But a lot of it is actually going to end up being based off how your flyer looks. When I went to design school, we had to go through all kinds of psychology and sociology of how your mind works and how you perceive things when you see them. And you'd be amazed at the impact that has that you just don't realize. And I've gone to events where it had such a cool flyer. I thought it was going to be this big, huge, awesome event. And I show up and it's a teeny tiny little bitty event. But the flyer made me think it was going to be something big. T-shirts, everybody's favorite thing. Everybody wants to do T-shirts.
Cindy, can we get more than 50 or 100 copies when we get them from you?
Just give me a call. I have absolutely no problem giving more copies. I know I'm not supposed to, sorry. For bigger events or new events. New events definitely need to advertise more. If it's for an Easter egg hunt for the smallest county in the state, I'm probably not going to give you 1,000 flyers, but I'll work with you. T-shirts is my absolute most favorite thing to do. That's why I love my job. I love doing the artwork for them. They're real easy to have me do this. Just fill out a T-shirt request form. Those are in your packets. Because T-shirts are so complicated, what I'm going to do is I'm going to be calling you about a week after you fill that out because I'm going to have more questions. And again, you can send those email, mail, fax. As far as calling those in over the phone, I honestly don't have a problem on T-shirts because I have to talk to you on T-shirts. Because it's not something you can just fill out a piece of paper and I know 100% what we're doing. You are absolutely welcome to design your own, but I'm going to warn you. For one, they're complicated. They're a pain in the ass to do. Number two, printing processes are obnoxious. Does anybody know how T-shirts are actually printed? It's a mesh screen that they squish ink through with a squeegee. That's how they make a screen printed T-shirt. So how do they turn that T-shirt from that? I mean, it's very strange how they do it. Things have to be color separated. It's complicated, trust me. If you don't do it in the right program, or you don't know how to color separate it, you could run into a big problem at your printer. Not every printing company can use the same files. Not every printing company can do the same type of work. We've ran into a lot of problems with that this year. I actually spent one evening, at least 2 or 3 hours on the phone with a printer having to try to teach him how to print the shirt. Because he's a really small printer and I sent him something he just couldn't handle. So definitely try to get to know your printer a little bit. Oh no, nothing's out of the question. I mean, yeah, pocketed T-shirts do cost more. They do kind of cause a little bit of complication with printing. You can't print directly over the entire shirt with a pocket there. I mean, it can be done, but you have to put a break in the artwork to be able to do that. That's why most people just print something on the pocket itself. So there are complications involved in that, but yeah, you can do that. That's not a problem. If you're going to do multicolors, like on that one, you got to be very careful what you put on the pocket. Because if it's too small with a lot of colors, it's going to look like a blob. Again, got to fill this form out completely because T-shirts are one of those processes that I have to know a lot of information to be able to help you. Very important, I need to know who's going to print your shirts. If you don't know or you don't care, I've got a list of printers. I've got several printers I can use. If you want, I can choose one for you. If you're going to choose your own printer, I got to know who it is and you got to provide me the information. Because like I said, we ran into a lot of printing problems this year and those all wouldn't have happened if I had been able to talk to the printers ahead of time